It's live. Hey, we live. Hey, it's not my music. This is not my music. I own no rights to this music. Sometimes you just feel like doing the complete opposite of what like other things outside of you because I'm telling you, I be like, you have to question yourself a lot of times. It's raining, it's gray, there's a lot of bipolarism here in the Pacific Northwest. But me being born somewhere else different, right? I'm realizing that all this rain really makes a lot of people here very much bipolar, and I say that respectfully. So I naturally kind of like go against that. And I go against that kind of like behavior and mind frames because it's what I was kind of brought up in, some kind of form of high and low behaviors. So I have always learned to balance my own energy and not conform to like this chaotic type of energy that does not resonate with me. Because honestly, what resonates with me is full optimism. That's what I was born with. 100 optimism. So as it is like completely gray out here, I'm still enjoying my life. Happy spring equinox, y'all. Dance like a white girl. I'ma dance like a white girl. I'ma dance like a white girl. She gonna dance like me, y'all. Anyway, happy spring equinox. I really just came on here to say hello, 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 and happy spring equinox. Today is actually my oldest brother's birthday today. He's out in the Philippines celebrating his birthday. I've always remember, hey y'all, hey. I didn't even see the comments just now. Hey y'all, thanks for coming in, liking grand spring equinox, y'all. So anyway, I was just remembering really that ever since the time I can remember, it was my brother's birthday today. I've always reflected on spring as being my oldest brother's birthday. So I never really even thought about it until this year, once again, since I was like a teenager, like, oh my God, my brother's birthday is on the first day of spring. Spring equinox. What a gift. Shout out to all the birthdays today, everybody who's still celebrating. So we're on the bridge of Pisces and Taurus, right? Wait, is it Aries? You think I would know. Is it Taurus or is it Aries? Which one? I know Taurus is like Taurus is at the end of April. So maybe it's Aries. So maybe we're getting ready to start off with Aries, y'all. You want 100 US? What? What's 100 US gonna do? Y'all funny. Thank y'all for liking the stream. I hope y'all enjoying these moments. I try to get out the categories of days and times and stuff like that because it really doesn't matter what time or space that you are in. It's just the moment that you occupy. And I hope that you guys are enjoying it. Bye, hello, and bye, Marzinita. You know what? Y'all didn't say. Anyway, I'm just gonna guess it's Aries actually. So is Aries getting ready to come up? Hmm. Duh. I knew it was Aries. So we're like right on the brink, right there with Aries energy, okay, with the spring equinox. Happy New Year, all y'all. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Give thanks and thanks for movement. Give thanks for growth. More importantly, give thanks for movement and motion, especially with this year. Also, because everybody, we all know everybody and their mama is talking about the number 9 year, right? So, with that connection with the spring equinox, this is definitely indefinite is perfection time to create and elevate from all angles and all directions, especially right now, y'all. Especially right now with the fiery sun that's coming about, we're on the brink of right now with this number 9 year that we're all going to experience on one level or another. Either if you're like awake or aware of like this number 9 energy of transformation or not, is still going to interplay with all of us, y'all. We're still going to have some type of relationship or action with the 9 frequency. I sent you guys grace and gratitude. Hello, Mahadish. How's it going? How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? None that makes sense. You retard. You sound like one of my family members. That's so funny. Aw, which part didn't make sense so we can help unravel it for you? Because, I like to talk and all that good stuff. Whatever doesn't make sense, let me know. Let's communicate. Let's converse. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really into debating. Just realize where you're at. So outside of that, y'all, happy spring equinox. Grand, they said rising. I didn't say rising. Grand expectation, grand expansion. Okay. With your manifestation going on right now. Because like I said, we're right there on the lines of Aries, Sun. Not only that, with the spring equinox is dealing with so much transformation and so many new beginnings. So whatever course that spirit has been like showing you guys, right? Whatever opposition, whatever so-called challenges, and whatever so-called difficulties, whatever that was for the last past season, baby, use that as your sword, use that as your enforcement, use that as a tool to continue to expand. Ashe, gratitude. Because you might know this or not, that whatever your so-called challenges are, your so-called opposition or oppressors are, okay, you have to know that you appointed all of those frequencies to help yourself elevate right now. Okay, that's how you know when you're aspiring to your higher self. When you're looking at these directional forces as helping you to elevate, not helping you to stay low frequency, you've appointed, okay, these tools, these so-called resources to help you, okay, spiritually grow right now, spiritually expand, physically expand, emotionally expand, okay, mentally expand, all of that. Any forms of opposition, any forms of tools, right, that's supposed to make an individual or a group to be lower, to perform lower, to vibrate lower than your higher self. You have to know that this is the game called life, that either you're going to construct it or somebody's going to construct it for you. So if you're playing a game, right, you're the player one, right? If you're playing one, then who's going to win this game? Who's operating the game? Are you the operator of the game, or somebody else going to operate it for you? Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. So I said all that because of this energy that I'm feeling right now with the spring equinox. Not only is it because of my big brother's birthday, that has a lot of different connections, right? But it's still, I feel like this is like a trifecta type of thing that's going on right now. You have the number 9, you have the spring equinox, right? And you're dealing with transformation. you're dealing with new beginnings. So right now is the exact time to reflect. Like I was just saying, they're playing a bunch of techno, so I'm trying to get back to like some music that I was actually vibing with. None of this music is copy my music. I don't own any rights to this music. Anyway, so I do feel like there's like some kind of trine energy going on right now. Okay. So if anybody feel like, I don't know, I don't want anybody to feel like they've been lowered in some kind of way, that they've been afflicted in some kind of way, that their energy has been zapped in some kind of way, because you transmute that energy and make it work for you. Reflecting on that you are the player number one, right? You are the player number one. You are the number one operation in this game, in this frequency called life. Any opposition or any challenges that's supposed to be against you, you set those tools out, okay, way ahead in advance for you to continue to expand, to overcome these challenges. See, when people say the phrase that God doesn't give you anything that you can't handle, well, you are the operational higher source. Okay, right now is what I'm referring to. So all these so-called things, right? Because they're just things, they're tools. They are here and they are meant for you to expand, to expand. The best and the perfect time is to expand is in your mind. Is in your mind, which is right about now, which is in every moment. You don't have to wait till you get paid. You don't have to wait till you get off work. You don't have to wait to see anybody. You can start creating within your mind right now as you as an operator player one, and you can manifest yourself out of any and all situations by using the frequency of the highest sources of your mind. So happy equinox, y'all. Woo, child. I gotta find something on here right quick. Happy equinox, y'all. Kind of wish I was really in the Philippines with my brother. No lie. I feel like for real, but that's okay. But that's okay. He's celebrating the Philippines. I might like have some videos on my page, but and then for me also, March is always busy. There's a gang of birthdays in March. Always been a lot of birthdays in March, all of them, all the time. Both of my parents have manifested all Pisces, besides myself. There are two friends that I know also of myself personally that are Pisces, but the family members that are close to me, with growing and family relationships, my parents manifested Pisces. So for me, it's been a lot of birthdays. So I give thanks and this awareness of this year and this frequency, okay? What's going on in the stars, what's going on in the planets right now. Most part, I'm, not only happy because of like spring equinox, because I'm happy because most of my finals are completed. Oh, hey, there's a librarian. He's cool. He's like super cool though, like really, really, really cool. I ain't gonna even lie. And how do you know how many librarians are cool? He's hella cool. So anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying this frequency level. I'm definitely gonna do a video later on tonight. I'm gonna finish up doing my finals. I feel like a lot of weight have been lifted off right at the perfect time. These institutions be planning this shit too, right along with like the seasonal frequencies when it's starting to begin, different subjects and things like that as well. Everything is well plotted out and well planned. But I'm happy to be getting a break. Yay! 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Relax for a little bit. Y'all can see more of my weirdness. Because I know most of the time I'm always serious. And yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited for all the weird shit that come unraveling in life. This not to say monkey. You're so funny. I took a biologic anthropology course, so I know a lot of different references from so many different levels from the cosmos down here on the physical level, especially when it's referring to monkeys. So that's funny. I think we'll keep that there because we'll use it as a mirror. Let it reflect back on yourself. Let all those lower vibrational energies referencing to the recesses may it be pressed upon you and all of your generations. I shake. That course was actually pretty good though. Anthropology, wait, the biological anthropology, whatever the fuck. That shit was very interesting. The one thing that I will never agree with and I never did like was animals in cages at any zoo. You won't find me visiting any. Feel sorry for your kids and I feel sorry for your children, but I would never ever have my kid at watching any zoo or going to any zoo that is just so morphly twisted. The more you know, you cannot unknow. Um, but let's see what I liked about that class. I like the study, I guess, of hey girl, bipedal homophobians. I don't fucking know what you call those damn things. But yeah, basically those gorillas, right, that are in captivity. You think they happy? You think any of those animals that are in a zoo are happy to be there in a cage? So if I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, your mama a monkey, your daddy a monkey, your uncle a monkey, because y'all are in the biggest cage in your mind, trapped and trapped in your mind by simple judgment. By the simple judgment of yourself, so I perceive and I give the mirror right back at you. Let me stop. I was watching Amityville yesterday, kind of when I was doing my homework. Y'all know I've been into my finals, right? I should just be doing my fucking finals, but my ass, to alleviate stress, I'll be watching horrors and movies and doing my finals. So I was watching the Amityville yesterday. So don't let that energy right now come through. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just random. You don't know that? You got something to talk about? Other than that, I'm just random. I think what I was talking about was like monkeys in cages or however, and then how everybody here in the society is in one form of cage of another. That's why those who are in prison that are locked up in cages, they can't wait to get the fuck out because they actually realize that the biggest cage in society they would rather be in. There's so much surveillance inside the smaller cage, and on the outside of the cage you really can't perceive the surveillance as much as you can inside of the smaller cages in the prisons, facilities, and lockup and shit like that. But on the outside, the surveillance people can't even really perceive, not really. So those in prison locked up in those smaller correctional facilities, they cannot wait to get out to manipulate again and again. That's why so many people become so much more smarter from being in prison after prison and keep learning more how to how to overcome cages. Because if you really think about it, all of us are pretty much in a cage, and it just depends on your stage of your mentality, and what type of generations that you're bringing into this so-called society. Are they going to be in cages too, or are you going to bring them into some forms of freedom? Are you going to bring them in some cages also? Because if that's the case, then everybody is some kind of animal. Some kind of animal. Who's that? Who said that? Dury. Dhiry. Who was just looking for some attention like most people do all the time. Oh, nah, this ain't pre-recorded. It's actually 5:16. You probably can't see that. March 20th, outside at the library, looking at people outside walking with their flip-flops on with no jackets and shorts, and it's raining. So yeah, I originally came on here to tell everyone happy spring equinox, and it's gonna be a new beginning. Yay! Let's focus on positivity and new beginnings. Let's focus on positivity and new beginnings. I haven't watched the news in days, so there was a whole lot of things I was talking about though when it comes to transformations right now and new beginnings and with this frequency of the new year, how to alternate your mind, how to change the frequency from like lower vibration to higher vibrations, okay? Tuning out distractions, focusing on your goals, focusing on your health, focusing on your wellness. Hold on one second. Because there was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just on here and taking up a little bit of more time. And I'm going to bounce up out of here because I'm going to come live in a couple hours. So I'm going to finish doing the rest of my finals, which I'm almost done, probably like a half hour more. And go finish relaxing some more and kicking my feet up some more and giving gratitude some more. And I cannot wait to be extra, extra weird with these cards some more. I can't wait to be extra, extra weird with these cards. I'm just like, oh my God. It's like, oh my God. I don't know what the fuck. It's crazy. Anyway, I can't even see who's on here intentionally. So I'm always yapping no matter what. No matter what. So I'm gonna be on here for another until 5:30. It's 5:19. But thank y'all for coming by and stopping by and liking the stream and getting up my little numbers. You know, I've been on here for a while. I'm just the type of Gemini who operate from so many different fields, and just to operate from one field, I get bored easily. But spirit is calling me, drawing me one attention right now, or two or three different things instead of 10. Mastering, really, truly mastering more than just my talents, but mastering certain aspects of what needs to be developed, what continues to need to be sharpened here. Okay, because some things you're born with, tools, skills, talents you're really born with, and things just come naturally, easily for you. And but something spirit, your ancestors, obviously, right? They want you to develop. Okay, they want you to attune over time. They want you to continue to focus in on time. But it's not necessarily for you. It's always to give back and to help other people. So one of mine has always been languages and speaking and using my words and I don't know, my words, my languages, it travels, the frequencies, the magnitudes, it travels. And to ground all of that is a skill. Because so many people use their skills and their talents, right? Um, to be to the negative, to somebody fuck with you. You know, you want to use your talents and your skills like in this really low vibrational way. You know what I'm saying? You have to balance, you have to ground your skills and your talents, okay, for the betterment of yourself and the betterment of humankind, basically. So whatever that is for you, that's, you know, it's not something that's really been talked about. Different forms of alchemy that's been developed over time, and some forms of alchemy that you're just born with, right? Developing those into like higher levels, but then using those for like manipulation, using those for so-called dark, low vibrational energies, Um, for me, I don't feel like that's going to help me expand. It never has. Spirit has already told me that will never help you expand. That's never going to help your environment. That's never going to help your generations. That's never going to help your family. It's never going to help your friends to use your skills and your talents, right? Things that you were born with in a negative direction so many times, like so many times, so many times, so many times. That's why I'm glad that I do have Aries right there in front of me. Okay. Like I said, I do have a lot of Gemini, right? But don't let that fool you. I have an Aries right there in front of me as the pole. And so therefore, that allows me to be grounded because person, you see me, it's an Aries. Then you listen and observe me, and they're like, she ain't no Aries. She more like airy, Airy. But don't forget your first initial response and thought. It's not a warning. That's just what it is. You dope. Keep encouraging, sis. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. I got a little bit of time. I got a little bit of time. I got a little bit of time. Yay. I'm excited. Yesterday, let's see, because we did that live. I wanted to go live last night, like at 12 o'clock, but I know I had to get up early and do a little bit of work this morning. And then after work, finish my finals. So I wanted to go live last night, which I normally do want to go live late night, every night, but it's always like a hit and a miss because I want to reserve my energy. But now that my finals are all done, I don't know what it is, but it's like a whole bunch of weight has been lifted, which is fucked up because that weight is like an energy, it's like a frequency. So the whole 10 weeks of me studying, right, putting all my energy in this field, right, is becoming weighted and weighted and weighted and weighted. Now that I'm done, right, I only have like two little small things to do, right? I feel like the weight has been uplifted. So why is there so much weight? I was questioning myself earlier, like, why did I put so much pressure? Why did I put so much weight on myself, right? So much stress on myself? Because I would be bored otherwise. You have to know yourself, okay? Some people, you know, they know what they can tolerate and what they can't. If I wasn't doing different things at one time, I would be, I get bored. But like I said, spirit is drawing me to sharpen my born skill, talent, one of them, and to focus on that. I don't, I don't have the gift or the time allotted right now to focus on 10 to 20 different things at once. Like, ooh, I know how to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, ooh, I want to do this. I want to learn more about that. No, it's like, okay, now I have to see what's that fixed sign? What's a fixed sign that just, like Capricorn or somebody who's just like stared down, steadfast, completely disciplined, completely focused. You know what I'm saying? You don't got time to be airy. You don't got time to be flighty. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's time to grounding. So yeah, that's more like a Capricorn. So get into the, for me, I'm not talking about y'all. It's like the Capricorn, more of the Capricorn season. It's more of the Cancer season. I look at energy and alchemy that way because that's just how I see it, as its natural, solidified type of behavior, personality, energy, and motion, if that makes any sense, of like reflecting on your goals and reaching your goals. For me, it's always like a signature of like the frequency. And it doesn't have to be the planets or the stars. I'm really talking about like the frequency that is beaming down here from the heavens, like, if that makes any sense. The energy levels that I can feel and play off of. Am I talking too much? Oh well. I've been on here for 30 minutes, y'all. And yeah, I've never known for a spring equinox not to rain, or for people to walk around here with flip-flops on and shorts on all year round. All year round. So this is like ordinary. The thing that is, I'm noticing a lot more about a lot of individuals out here in the Pacific Northwest. No wonder a lot of people just kind of fly out of here and vacation out of here during like the rain season, basically, because this can affect you. This environment of raining all the time, or raining all the time, and raining all the time. For real. Mm-hmm. Not for me, but for others. I liked it. I enjoyed it. When I first moved out here a while ago, I was like, first of all, are we going to flood? Why is it raining 54 days and night and it has not stopped? Okay, this is different. Okay, I can, it really didn't bother me or affect me. That's only because I was born somewhere else in a different type of geography, landscaping, all that. Oh, Sagittarius is cool. Their opposite sign is Gemini, right? So I typically know Sagittarius right away, when they talk about their challenges and how they overcome them, and I'll be looking at them like, um, how are you so like upbeat about what you've overcome? And that's how I know that they're a Sagittarius, because a lot of times when they're talking about their life experiences and stuff, their outcome is never like jaded. For the most part, it's always like, oh, upbeat, and oh, this, and oh, that, which is like their higher self. For me, is like talking to them now. Like how they exude that in their day-to-day life might be different, but how they express themselves as a Sagittarian, as being optimistic, um that's just that. I think they're optimistic. I think they're very different. Like, I can see the swing of Geminis and Sagittarius, and I mainly see it a lot in Nicki Minaj. I can see, unless she got like some Gemini in her moon, or unless she's a rising Gemini, Nicki Minaj. But I see a lot of like the swing of Geminis and some of the Sagittarius, where they're like, where they kind of say that they're like, y'all remember the black and white mask, right? Where one half of the face was sad and the other half of the face was happy, but both of those were going together, like in this jokester type of I'm fucking with you kind of energy. That's Sagittarius. A little bit of weirdness, basically. I always see the Geminis and Sagittarius. Optimism first, and then their weirdness be coming out second. So yeah, I used to know a bunch of opposite signs, and if you really pay attention to people in the world in the most non-judgmental way, you can always know what energy they're working from. And from that, you can always see their opposite energies from their, operative energy, which will be their sun sign mainly. So I always see the sun signs operative energy first. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. I always see their moon signs too. It depends. The more they talk, you can organize their moon sign just by listening to them and how they express themselves and their feelings, right? You can always pick up a person's moon signs on how they express their feelings. And I picked up that by, because a lot of people around me don't express their feelings in a way. They're always have like this protective gear around expressing their feelings. So when I watch videos and stuff, oh, you're welcome. Y'all, I'm just yapping. I do have a couple minutes, and I know I said I was going to get off here a couple, minutes ago, but that's okay. So me watching interviews on people is a good way to study on picking up individuals' energies, their sun sign, their moon sign. The rising sign, I'm not sure. I haven't really paid attention to that. But right away, for me, what stands out by watching interviews is their sun sign, right? And then their moon sign. I don't know, maybe because psychology, Western psychology, whatever psychology was before Westernization took over, right? It just kicks in for me and a lot of other people naturally. If you just, judge people in a not judge people, but if you observe people in a non-judgmental way, you can pick up their frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going to judge people when they're in their frequencies, you know, it's going to be like disconnection together, like somewhere in their intuition, somewhere in this material ether process is going on while both of you and your relationships is going on. One person is judging, the other person can perceive that you're judging. It's going to be like some friction. It's going to be like some chaos. It's not going to be symbiotic, basically, or whatever that word is, when energies are working together in a relationship. So that's why I say to observe people in a non-judgmental way, unless they force you to do it other ways. Sometimes people be forcing your hand. People will force your hand for you to judge them naturally. They want to be motherfucking judged. I'm not going to even cap. Like, it is what it is, and I don't be wanting to, but people really be wanting your oh shit. I gotta take this call, y'all. Hold on one second. I'll probably be back in 5 minutes. Oops, sorry. So anyway, y'all. Dance off beat, dance off beat, dance off beat, dance off beat. Hey. Anyway, so what I was saying though, I've come to realization on so many levels that even without your judgment of other people, sometimes people want you to judge them. They want and need your validation. They want and need your validation. This is not for everybody. If you come off as the non-judger, sometimes it's people, I accept people as they are with no judgment. That comes with so many levels. Sometimes you have to be born with that kind of frequency. It's nothing that you can learn in a book. Okay, you're like the wise judger, because despite all of the social disparities that goes on in society, where we judge people, where we prejudge people, you are born with natural morals, natural awareness, natural knowing of other people's life experiences, where you judge not, unless I be judged, right? So a lot of times with you not judging other people, you carry that higher frequency, and there's no judgment between higher or low. I'm just speaking. I'm not judging if your frequency is high or low, because a lot of times we have to operate from both frequencies, right? A lot of times when you naturally operate from that non-judgmental frequency, people that are new to you will want you to judge them. And a lot of times they want you to judge them is because they got some miscommunication, that you don't validate the person, the individual at all. You don't validate them. So therefore they're like low grade, passive aggressive, right, towards you. Like it a child needing feeding, a child that needs to be entertained, right? It's because that they read the communication wrong and they really want you to judge them. They really want you to validate them. They really want you to accept them. And what I've come to know that y'all and with you in this awareness is not to devalue these individuals in that frequency, okay, with your astuteness, so called, living in your ego. It's not to devalue these people as much as you can, right? We're only human, right? We're only human, right? Sometimes um, some people you need to be blunt with individuals, right? It's not that you don't devalue them, but either way, however they take your judgment on them that they've been picking at you towards, no matter what it is or however your response is going to be as you devaluing them. So however you can withhold your de-evaluation for those who want your judgment, right? the better the better frequency with the relationship between you and that individual in your space, in your relationships, okay? Not to devalue, okay, um you, okay, not to devalue them as you being the judger, basically. So however you can cut off that energy of um I'm better than you. Like I said, some people will take you there because they'll continue to, the energy is challenging you. They'll continue to etch at you, or continue to sketch at you, and you know what I'm saying? Because it has nothing better else to do. But like I said, you put all of these points in reference here to for you to be a better person, for you to develop. Okay, so nothing can ever be against you. It's always for you to work your alchemy, for you to always expand, for you to always to continue to create, for you to always to be able to adapt and to create. You know what I'm saying? So there's really no real challenges. There's really no real oppressors, right? Anyway, I said all that basically to say that, well, if you do you work off of that energy right now, especially because we're in this number 9 year, right? And today is the equinox. I feel like Man Brigitte continues to come up for me as the wise judger, as wise judgment, as the judge. I feel like Man Brigitte energy presides and is here right now at this time. So if you have been appointed as the leader, as the leadership role of your family, of your community, in your network, in your business, okay, of yourself, um, do much as you can not to devalue other people. Do as much as you can. If you cannot uplift other people, then don't intertwine with the energy. Don't focus on the energy. Don't relate to the energy. Don't communicate with the energy at all, because your energy is more elevated. So if you have nothing great to give, right, then make sure that your energy is grounded. Right, y'all? Let me spit this gum out. So what else? 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 I don't know. I gotta break this motherfucking egg roll. What is this here? What I got? Oh, girl, you know I ain't gonna eat that. I was gonna leave it there so I can throw it in the trash. I should have. It's a summer roll. I already ate most of it. All right, y'all. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to say before I get off of here and finish doing some work and let y'all get back to what y'all want to get into for the rest of this day or evening or however moments that y'all are having right now. But I'll definitely see you guys again later on tonight. You dig? Yes. Recently, yes. And I know somebody else was saying that in the same arena, the same frequency about I don't know what he had called it though. It's like this female energetic fire energy going on right now. Okay, so I know there's several in reflections, right? Because I'm getting Nenen Buku Lao and I'm having, but I don't, but Man Brigitte is coming up for wise judgment, wise judger right now. As a person continue to ascend, as a person continue to expand and to vibrate from that frequency, because you'll definitely get more, um, you know, you know, people in gratitude are gracious with honey versus like vinegar or whatever the hell that term is or whatever, and sometimes you're just gonna have to um, deactivate the friction to not judge people, so you just cut off the frequency right there so it does not interplay with your frequency on any level. So I'm getting the frequency of Man Brigitte right now as the wise judge. But not only that, I'm getting the frequency of this energy as this female woman. I'm just saying the energy of female fire energy, one of the fire energies like Nanambuku Lao, someone like that right now for this Aries season. So I cannot wait to do the cards tonight. That is much, much, much later tonight, the Voodoo Tarot cards. But we're going to do the Words of Power reading way before that. It's still going to be late, but we're going to do it way before that. But the frequency, because we are right here with the Aries, right? The Aries sun, right? Yay! 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 Pumps in a bump, pumps in a bump. We like the boys with the pumps in their wallet. Pumps in their wallets, pumps in their wallet. We like the boys with the pumps in their wallet. So yay! I'm excited. I'm excited. They were preparing all of us for these moments right now, y'all. So I hope that you are receiving so much positive energy to help elevate yourself, your family. I'm saying your friends, your cats, your dogs, your environment. Gratitude, y'all. Let me finish doing my finals and I'll check with y'all later. And let me quit being weird. See y'all. Don't forget to like the stream, okay?